everybody, it's Al Parker here. I am down in Wilmington, North Carolina at the waterfront, and I am getting ready to do one of the things that I think is probably one of the most unique experiences of my life. I have signed up to do a paranormal investigation with an outfit, nonprofit, and a very reliable nonprofit as these things go, called the Ghost Guild of North Carolina. Now they do paranormal research of haunted historic places, and tonight we will be on the Battleship, North Carolina, and I hope you can see it behind me. This is a World War II battleship. It is the state of North Carolina's World War II memorial. It's down here in Wilmington. It's a tourist destination. I remember coming here as a child. My parents brought me here. One time we were on our way to Myrtle Beach, and we stopped by to see it. And I remember it very vividly, but I haven't been back since. Well, I'm here with the Ghost Guild today. Now, you might ask, do I believe in ghosts? I'm not sure. I've had experiences where I feel like I may have had signs from dearly departed relatives. I won't go into all the details. But I don't know that I've ever seen a ghost that wasn't or seen a ghost. I don't know that I've ever done that, but I love ghost stories. And those of you who know me really well know that I've written several ghost tours that you can take on your smartphone of the Triangle area in North Carolina. So I've got one at Raleigh, one at Durham, one at Chapel Hill, and I've got one in my hometown, Murfreesboro, that I really like. So I'm hoping the Ghost Guild is going to work with me and the Murfreesboro Historical Association on an investigation of some of the properties in Murfreesboro. So I'm also going to talk to them about that. So anyway, I'm here early during the day, and here's the plan. I'm going to get on the ship, I'm going to take a tour, and I'm going to learn my way around the ship. Tonight I meet the Ghost Guild folks at 4:30 for dinner. Then we come back to the ship at 7:30 and start our investigation. We will take a little bit of a break, and we will enjoy the fireworks downtown here from the deck of the Battleship, because it's the Azalea Festival this weekend, which is a big deal. If you have ever been around Wilmington, North Carolina, you know that the Azalea Festival is one of their big festivals of the year. So we will enjoy the fireworks, and then the public gets off the ship at 9:30, and we get to stay on until 3:30 in the morning. So it's going to be a really long day. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very unique, and I'm going to bring you along so you can see what's going to happen. And hopefully, we'll see some spooky stuff. All right, check it out. Now, before I forget, as these things go, I did want to talk about the Ghost Guild a little bit, because there are a lot of these outfits that where people run around with flashlights and all kinds of fake equipment and claim to chase ghosts, and you see a lot of that on the Travel Channel. That is not what the Ghost Guild is about. They're more about the history, and they are looking for evidence of paranormal activity, but they're very reputable, again, as these types of groups go. And they do work with the North Carolina History Museum. You can find lectures on YouTube where they host, actually the North Carolina History Museum hosts lectures where it's a lecture series called History and Highballs, and they bring in the folks from the Ghost Guild to talk about their investigations. There's one where they've done a previous investigation of the Battleship that's behind me, also of the Mordecai House, which is the oldest house in Raleigh that is still standing on its original foundation. The Mordecai House is owned by the City of Raleigh Parks and Recreation Department, and I definitely recommend you go check that out. And also check out my tour on the Built Story app. You can download it for free. Built Story. Search for Raleigh. You'll find my Raleigh Ghost Legends and Lore tour, and you can learn all about the spirits that haunt the Mordecai House and the other places in Raleigh. But anyway, I just wanted to mention the Ghost Guild. They are a reputable outfit. They are a registered nonprofit, and they have credibility because they do work with Raleigh Parks and Recreation, the state of North Carolina, History Museum, etc. So I'm really excited to see what it is they do, how they approach this thing. It's going to be a blast. So I'm ready to go learn my way around the ship right now. All right. The Ghost Guild arranged for us to all be able to board the ship during the day so that we could learn our way around. And the first thing is to explore the boardwalk that surrounds the ship. You can see the ship from the exterior at just about every angle if you explore the boardwalk. The Battleship now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it at night. I think it's going to be so cool. So, like I said, you're in the front. Haven't seen any ghosts yet, except the So, haven't seen her yet, but I'm looking. I mean, I'll be right up there. On September 15th, 1942, a Japanese torpedo hit the ship, hit 20 feet below the waterline, and blasted a hole that was 18 feet by 32 feet. 5 men were killed, 4 in the area of the strike, and 1 who was washed overboard. Hi everybody, Al here. I'm on the deck of the Battleship North Carolina, and I'm standing at an exhibit that talks about the men who lost their lives here on the battleship at the time it was attacked by the Japanese. It had a Japanese torpedo strike it about 20 feet below the waterline, and 5 men were killed. Albert Geary, Ingvald Nelson, Leonard Pone, William Skelton, and Oscar Stone. So these gentlemen gave their lives for our country, and I don't know. You may see part of them tonight. Anyway, I'm here for the whole adventure, but I want to make sure you see my t-shirt. I'm here for the booze. Okay. I'm in the ship's mess hall now. It's where the meals were prepared. I pan around. I'm on the deck just below the ship's deck. I've just come down one floor. Here are the tables. They've got 1940s music playing in here, which is very cool. And the galley of the ship right now. How low the ceilings are. Every doorway you go through has a bit of a threshold you have to step over. And I have to say, I've seen better shipboard buffets than this. I'm in one of the bunk areas on the ship, and I know this is one of the places that they have encountered some kind of strange sounds in the past. So we're definitely coming back here to do an investigation of this area later tonight. The spooky voices you hear behind me right now are just people on the boat. Not haunted by small children. After I finished my self-guided tour of the ship, it was time for me to meet the group at the Marina Grill in Wilmington. If you're ever in Wilmington, check out the Marina Grill. It was delicious, and make sure you get the deviled eggs that are topped with a fried oyster. When I met the group and the folks from the Ghost Guild, everybody seemed so nice and so normal, and they were. And you know what that means? If everybody around you is normal, you're the weirdo. We're in the sick bay on the ship where the Ghost Guild in 2018 did an investigation where they heard a really loud sound coming from what sounded like these bed springs. And so everybody's here trying to figure out a reasonable explanation to why these bed springs might have made some kind of noise when only 2 people were walking through the room and neither one of them were near the bed springs. So there's a cool video that I can point you to where the Ghost Guild shows that. But that's what we're trying to do right now, is we're actually not trying to chase a ghost, we're trying to figure out a reasonable explanation for something that might have been, or maybe wasn't, paranormal. Okay, I'm on the deck of the battleship. It is almost 9 o'clock. getting ready for the fireworks to start. So we've done a little bit of investigation already of the sickbay area, trying to figure out where this mysterious noise came from the last time they were here in 2018, but we did not figure it out. So part of what we're trying to do is disprove things that, we don't have an explanation for, or figure out what they are. So that's really what we're trying to do, figure out what they are. So the public, a lot of the people in the public are on the Battleship right now. You can see them behind me. And we're going to watch the fireworks from the deck of the Battleship. They have the Azalea Festival fireworks going on. Then we're going to get down to it, because the public leaves, they turn off the lights. It's going to get completely spooky here. I've got my little flashlight, and it's like the fireworks are getting ready to start. Okay. The first place my group visited was the galley and the mess hall that I showed you earlier in the video. And I'm going to explain more about that on video in just a minute, but I wanted to share one thing that I didn't capture on video. When I walked through one of the areas, I was the last one in the group, and I heard right over my shoulder, now the room was completely dark, and I heard right over on my shoulder a big sigh like this. And I didn't say anything because I was new to this, but about 15 or 20 seconds later, one of the women that was in my group said, "Did you just hear that sigh?" Okay, I'm on the Battleship, and I just wanted to give you a quick update. We're on a break, so we've been to 2 different areas to investigate, and it's been a lot of fun. I tell you, it's a really cool experience. If you ever get the chance to do it, totally do it. The first place we went was the mess hall and the galley area, and that's an area where there was a death, where an enlisted man fell to his death through a couple of hatches, and so there's a known death in that area. And we were very uncomfortable in that area. We kind of felt on edge, felt like there was a presence there. We would hear noises, and every time we would see shadows move a little bit. But we feel like when we were on this one side of the area, we would hear it from the other side, and then when we would go over there, then it would come back from the side that we had just left. So it was like it was swapping with us. It was weird. Then after that, we went down to the torpedo room, which is an area, this is really cool because it's off limits. They let us, I don't care if they know that I'm saying this because they let us go, but it's not on the normal tour, so you can't really go to this area on your own. So we went to the, that was not a ghost. We went to the torpedo area where 4 men died when the ship was hit by the torpedo, and didn't really feel a lot there. It was interesting that we didn't feel this sense of foreboding or this fear, this uneasiness that we felt in the mess area. So, who knows? We heard, a little knocking here and there, or like a little bit of like banging on metal, but I mean, is it just the ship? I mean, this ship is sitting in water. I've been on enough ships to know that something knocks up against the hull, it reverberates. So I can't say that we have seen anything that's paranormal, but it's been a really cool experience so far. Anyway, that's my check-in on the break.
And you can hear the footsteps.
We are in the communications area on the ship, and this is our third place where we are investigating looking for any sort of paranormal activity. So this part of the ship's not quite as spooky because the lights are on. They can only turn off. Ooh, here comes Kelly. Ooh. They can only turn the lights off in certain parts of the ship. They have to leave them on as a state regulation. I'm not sure. Anyway, so this part is lit, so it's not quite as spooky as the other parts have been. So I'll try to show you one of the unlit places if I can get some video down there when we're down there on the next stop.
Insight, can you give us your secrets?
Do you have any messages for us?
I think I heard.
All right. Told you we'd see something kind of spooky, and we are in what's called the warrant officer's mess. And this is a room that met somebody who works for the Battleship. He says this is one of his least favorite parts of the ship because it just makes him so crazy uncomfortable. So Christina's in the room with me. The rest of our team is down in the sick bay. And there's Christina right there in the background, so it's not a ghost. But we're down here, and we're going to turn off our lights, and we're going to sit, and we're going to speak to the spirits and see if we can get them to give us a sign. While we were in the warrant officer's mess, Christina's flashlight stopped working. She took the batteries out, put them back in, tightened the cover, adjusted the bulb. Nothing. As soon as we left the area, her light started working. When we went back into the warrant officer's mess, her light stopped working again. Hi everybody. It's about 1:30 in the morning and I am exhausted, so I am calling it a night. I don't have any more energy to look for ectoplasm around this ship, but I've had a great time. And I want to tell you, if you ever get a chance to do something like this, especially with the Ghost Guild, they're a lot of fun to work with, and they took it very seriously. It was a lot of fun. They were very nice. Everybody was so nice. I had a great time tonight. Can't say enough about it. So again, if you get a chance, check out the Ghost Guild. They have videos on YouTube, and they have a Facebook presence and Instagram. I think they do it all. So check out the Ghost Guild and check out my videos, which I will link to a message very soon. Not my videos. Check out my smartphone tours of Chapel Hill, Durham, Raleigh, and especially historic Murfreesboro. And you will hear all the ghost legends and lore and murder and mayhem that you could ever want to hear about those cities. All right, so I'm signing off. I've had a great time, and I made it. Now I'm headed to the creepy Comfort Inn. Good night. Make sure you visit the Battleship North Carolina. It's an easy day trip from the Raleigh area and is a must-see if you are vacationing in the Wilmington area. It's also an easy drive from Myrtle Beach. Check out the Ghost Guild on their website and on Facebook. I had a great time with them, and I'm looking forward to learning more about this group. I highly recommend you sign up for one of their public investigations. I had a great time. And if you want to go out on a ghost tour of your own, make sure you check out my ghost tours on the Built Story app. Just download the free app, and then each of my tours is only $10. You get access to it for 30 days. You can start, stop, or retake the tour as many times as you want. Right now I've got tours of Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, and spooky and mysterious historic Murfreesboro.